Is my screen visible, Mataji?
Not yet, Prabhu. Is it visible to anyone else in the class? Hare Krishna?
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Is it now, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji.
Not yet, Prabhu. Sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is it visible?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji.
No,
No,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
It
Okay.
came for a glance and then again lost.
Now visible, Prabhuji.
Now is it visible? Okay. Okay. So, Hare Krishna, all devotee. So we are going to discuss today sloka number 8 of Nectar of Instruction. So this sloka I already told you last time that this is like summary of all the sloka which we have learned. Okay, Upadesha Shar. That is the official name, or you can say that is the meaning of this sloka. That is Upadesha Shar. What we have learned till now. That we are the summary going to see today on the chapter, the sloka number 8. So let's start with Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakhaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manoabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadavaitam Savadutam परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we are going to discuss sloka number 8, and as we have discussed earlier that in Updeshamrita Nectar of Instruction there are total 11 sloka. Out of that 1 to 7 sloka is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and 8 sloka is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti is the regulated like means what we need to do, some do's and don'ts, some rules and regulations. Okay, so that we can train ourselves, and once we develop the taste, okay, then we can have the Raganuga Bhakti or the spontaneous love. Okay, a spontaneous love. So before that is regulated love, and the eighth one, that is the Raganuga Bhakti, means spontaneous love. Okay, that we'll see in today's sloka discussion. Okay, and then 9 to 11 is Bhava Bhakti and Prema Bhakti. Okay, so let's see today's sloka number 8. So we have officially finished sloka number 1 to 7 Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and entering into 8th sloka, that is Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. So can anyone summarize what we have learned in the previous slokas? Yes, anyone? You can summarize or quickly tell few points about one or few points about every sloka, like what we have learned, the summary of each sloka, like that. One line about each sloka. Yes, Shiv Kumar Prabhu.
Prabhuji, in first sloka we have seen what the regulative principles we have to follow, and we have to be careful about atyara and unwanted talks of unwanted things. And coming to the we have to accept a spiritual master, and we have to be able to recognize between Kanishta Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari, and Madhyam Adhikari. We have to pay obeisance in our mind to Kanishta Adhikari. We have to strictly follow the instructions of Uttam Adhikari, the spiritual master. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Saran Prabhu.
Prabhuji, in the text too, I can see that Sri Rupa Goswami is trying to explain us how a Vaishnava etiquette should be, how he should behave actually. In simple terms, he has said how we should not be entangled in this material world. Basic principles, basic things he has taught us: to not eat more than once, to not talk unnecessarily, to follow the scripture, to follow our scriptures, and to associate with devotees, to not associate it with the who speak unwanted other than Sri Krishna, or to be greedy in mundane achievements, meaning asakti for mundane things. Like that, basic things he has taught us in the text to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Text 3.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Text 3 is about principles, how to we aid the service. Like we should be very confident, and we should be very patient. We have to be avoid non-devotees association, and we have to follow the previous acharya's footsteps. This is the brief summary of third sloka, Prabhu.
Okay. Text 4.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, it's about text 4 is about 6 loving dealings among devotees, offering gifts, accepting gifts, inquiring, eating and accepting prasada, and feeding, offering prasada to devotees. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay. Text 5, 6, 7. These 3 slokas. Yes. Anyone? Okay. So text 5 was the division between the 3 devotees, distinction between the 3 devotees we have seen. Because loving exchanges, we have seen how do loving exchanges work in text number 4 or sloka number 4. In 5 sloka, we have 5th sloka, we have seen that which level of adhikari or which level of devotee we should associate and which level of devotee we should not associate. Distinction between that devotee we have seen in text number 5 or sloka number 5. And in 6 we have seen the association with pure devotee or uttam adhikari, how we should be associating with the pure devotees, how we should be careful about the Vaishnava Aparadh we have seen in text number 6 or the sloka number 6. 7th, we have seen the crunch of everything is the chanting. Okay, the main point of everything is the chanting. Okay, so we have to be focused on our chanting. Chanting of the holy name is very important. That we have seen the text number 7. And now the 8th sloka we are going to see, that is spontaneous devotional service in the practice. Okay, so that is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so we see in this verse, Rupa Goswami gives the essence of all advices, that is to fix one mind on Krishna without deviation by constantly hearing and chanting about him and remembering his pastime. Okay, so how to control the mind? That was the main thing. The Sri Rupa Goswami is writing that what is the main aim of writing this book is to control the mind and senses and to become Goswami. He wants all of us to become Goswami. He wants all of us to control his mind and senses. Okay, so for that, this sloka focuses on that point. Okay, how to control the mind and the tongue. Okay. So this is today's sloka. Anyone wants to read? English is there below. So Hindi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Difficulties. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Tan Nama text number 8. Tan Nama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtan Nanu Smritoya Karmena Rasana Manasi Niyojnya Tishtan Vraje Tad Anuragi Jananugami Kalam Nayed Akhilam Ite Upa Desa Saram. Translation. The essence of all advice is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day, in nicely chanting and remembering the Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities, and eternal pastimes, thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind. In this way, one should reside in Vraja, Goloka Vrindavana Dhama, and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotees. One should follow in the footsteps of the Lord's beloved devotees, who are deeply attached to his devotional service. Hare Krishna.
So this sloka we are going to discuss. Okay, 8th sloka. Tana Nama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtan. Okay, so Srila Rupa Goswami is saying that the Tana Nama Rupa Charitadi, Krishna's name, Rupa and Charitra, or the pastime, or the qualities, what we have to do is Sukirtan. Sukirtan means Kirtan means just you can say as like the bhajan kirtan or glorification. Okay, so kirtan means with heart. Okay, or you can say always. Okay, so we have to chant the Lord's name, roop, pastime, character, qualities. Sukirtan. Sukirtan means always we have to talk like this. Okay, we have to chant. We have to always remember Krishna. Okay, and that we have to do is with heart. Okay, with our full heart. So kirtan, with our full heart we have to do that. Okay, then we have seen that anusmrityo. Anusmrityo means always remembering. Okay, so we have to do kirtan and always remember. Okay, so we have to glorify Krishna, we have to take his name, we have to remember him always, we have to think of him always, we have to chant his name always with heart. Okay, so if this happens, then what will happen? When we are chanting regularly, when we are taking Lord's name regularly, when we are associating with Lord's name, roop, and the pastimes, always like Sukirtan. Sukirtan means with heart, full heart. With our full heart, we are doing that, and we are doing always Anusmritya. Always we are remembering. We are doing Kirtan, and always we are remembering. Then what will happen? Kramena. Kramena means slowly, gradually. Gradually, what will happen? So this, if you are doing this process, if you are doing, you are taking Lord's name, you are following a sadhana. That means that you are doing the sadhana with full heart. Sukirtan. Okay. And Anusmritya. Always you are doing. Always you are remembering. Then what will happen? Kramena. Slowly, what will happen? Rasana Manasi Niyojya. Okay. Our Rasana means last time also this word came like Rasana. Rasana means tongue. Okay. So tongue and mind, Manasi. Okay, tongue and mind, Niyojana. Our tongue and mind will engage in that thing. Okay, Niyojan means engaged, or it will be engaged in Krishna. So gradually we'll have the taste. Okay, initially when we are neophyte devotee, when we are very young devotee, when we are very new devotee, okay, we don't know anything about Krishna. So what we have to do is the first time, okay, first line. Like we have to remember always Krishna. We have to chant his name. We have to take. Okay, that is called the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. We have to follow some rules and regulations that we have to do. And if we are following that, what will happen? Kramena, slowly what will happen? Our mind and tongue, both will be engaged and will have taste in Krishna consciousness. Okay, so that is the thing. Tishthan vraje. Tishthan vraje. Tishthan means we have to live. Where we have to live? Vraje. What is the meaning of living in Vraja? That means we have to go and live in Vraj. Vraj means what? Vraj means Vrindavan Dham. Golok Vrindavan Dham. Tishthan Vraja. That means we have to go in Vrindavan and live in Vrindavan. Yeah, one meaning is that we have to live in Vrindavan. But Vrindavan is very small. In Aarti, if you see, Vrindavan is very small. So what is the meaning Prabhupada is saying? Prabhupada is saying Tishthan Vraje. He is not talking. If you read the translation, Prabhupada is not writing Vrindavan. Prabhupada is writing Goloka Vrindavan. Golok Vrindavan is not like Golok Vrindavan is that not we just not like we have to go there and live. Okay, we can live anywhere and we can live along with that in Vrindavan. Okay, how? By always remembering the name, Roop and Charitra of Krishna. Okay, always when we are thinking of Krishna, we live in Vrindavan. So in this way, we have to live in Vrindavan. Tishthan Vraje. Always live in Vrindavan. Srila Rupa Goswami is saying we have to live in Vrindavan always. What is the meaning? That means we have to live always in association of Krishna by thinking about Krishna, by taking his name, by remembering his charitra, his pastimes. Okay. Tishthan Vaje. We have to live in Vrindavan. So that's how we have to live in Vrindavan. Tad Anuragi. Okay. Jananugami. Okay. Anuragi Jananugami. And we have to live in Vrindavan, and what we have to do is follow. Tad Anuragi. Jana Anugami. Anugami means following. Okay. Jan. Which Jan? We have to follow some Jan. We have to follow some people. Which type of Jan? Jan Anugami. We have to follow some people. Type of people? Anuragi, who are very attached to Krishna. One is called Vairagi. Vairagi means who is detached. Anuragi means who is fully attached. Okay. Tad Anuragi Jana Anugami. Okay. We have to follow. Jan Anugami. Follow. Whom? Anuragi people who are fully attached to Krishna. Those people we have to follow. We have to live in Vrindavan. We have to live in Goloka Vrindavan. We have to live in always in connection with Krishna. And we have to follow the people who are fully attached to Krishna. Okay. Tad Anuragi Jananugami. Kalem Nayed Akhilam. Okay. Kalam Nayed Akhilam. Akhilam means always. Akhilam means all. Kalam means the time. Okay. So these things is like not like in the morning only we have to do, or in the evening we have to do. Akhilam, always, kalam, all the time we have to be engaged like this. Okay, this if here the kalam nayed akhilam, always we have to be engaged in Krishna. That is the akhilam, all the time. Okay, iti updesha sharam. So this is the updesha sharam, all the nectar of instruction. What is the sar? These are the Upadesh Shara. Okay. So let's see the translation. The essence of all advices is that one should utilize one's full time, Akhilam, all the time which we have, Akhilam, that we have to utilize. The essence of all the advices, the Upadesha Sharam, the essence of all the instruction, the essence of all the instruction or advices is that one should utilize one's full time, 24 hours a day. Not only 1 hour or 2 hour or morning hour or evening hour, 24 hours a day in nicely chanting, matlab Sukirtanam. Nicely chanting. Sukirtanam. Okay. Very nicely with heart we have to chant. Nicely chanting and remembering Anusmriti. The Lord's divine name, transcendental form, qualities and eternal pastimes. Okay. Thereby gradually engaging one's tongue and mind in Krishna. Okay. So if we do that gradually, Kramena, okay, we engage our tongue and mind in Krishna. 24 hours we have to utilize our time in chanting and remembering Krishna's form, qualities, pastimes. Then our tongue and mind will be engaged. In this way, one should reside in Vraja. So how we should reside in Vraja? In this way, always remembering Krishna, always in association of Krishna, we are always in Vraja. So in this way we are doing, then what will happen? We will always reside in Vraja. You see the bracket, it is written Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Okay. So not the physical thing. We have to be always in Goloka Vrindavan Dham. How we can be there? by always utilizing our time in Krishna's service, that 24 hours. Okay. So in this way, one should reside in Vraja and serve Krishna under the guidance of devotee. Okay. Anuragi Jan. We have to follow the Anuragi Jan, guidance of the devotee. Devotee is Anuragi Jan. Okay. One should follow in the footstep of Lord's beloved devotee who are deeply attached to his devotional service. Okay. You can mute yourself. Okay. So this is the translation of today's today's shloka. Okay. So the final thing is what we are going to discuss in today's class is the purpose behind the all previous instruction. What is the purpose? The only one purpose was there, which Srila Rupa Goswami has given in the preface, that is to control the mind and tongue. Okay. And engage it in Krishna's service. So purpose behind all the previous instruction we are going to see. Then why to control the mind and how to control the mind. Okay. When we are always engaged in Krishna's service, then mind is always in control. Okay. So that is the thing. So why to control the mind, how to control the mind, we are going to see. And then lastly, we are going to see 5 stages from hearing to perfection. Okay. So let's see. So this is also so Prabhupada starts the purpose of this sloka by talking about the mind. Okay, what is why to train the mind, how to train the mind. Okay, like that. So let's see. So it starts with this thing: is mind a friend or an enemy? So this question, the first level we used to ask the level 1 devotees when we are in chapter number 6. When we start chapter number 6, we ask this question: is mind our friend or enemy? And we get some answers. So I'm asking the same question: is mind our friend or enemy? What do you think? Answers in the chat box, or you can unmute and chat. You can unmute and tell.
Enemy.
Yes, answer is
Hare Krishna.
yes. Cunning. I heard cunning something.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It is both enemy and friend. Uddaredatman atmanam avasadat. Atma hai atmano bandharatma raparatma. It is both. If controlled, it is friend. If uncontrolled, it is a enemy. Biggest enemy.
Okay. Any? Yes. Any other answer? Friend or enemy or anything else you want to say?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna
Yes.
Prabhu. My belief is this, like whatever we feed Prabhu, that's how that mind acts.
Okay. Yes, everyone should answer whether it is friend or enemy.
Hare Krishna
Friend
Prabhuji.
as enemy, we have to control it. If it is controlled, it is friend. If it is not uncontrolled, then it is enemy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Okay.
Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I feel based on our free will, it becomes our friend and it becomes our enemy based on the consequences the reactions that later we receive.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So we have got the answer that if mind is controlled, then it is our friend. If mind is not controlled, it is our enemy. So most of the answer are correct only. So this is the crunch, that if mind is controlled, then it is our friend. If mind is not controlled, mind is our enemy. So both answer is basically both. That mind is our friend as well as enemy. Okay. So this sloka already Prabhuji has quoted. Okay. So we see that mind is our friend as well as mind is our enemy. One who has conquered the mind is best friend. The one who has failed to do so, the mind will be the greatest enemy. So the thing is, answer is mind is both our friend as well as enemy. If mind is controlled, then mind is our friend, or you can say greatest friend. If mind is not controlled, then mind is our greatest enemy. Okay. So what is my question is, what is the meaning of controlled mind? Okay. Our mind is controlled or not? So what is the meaning? So how we can understand that? Okay, we say that mind is controlled, then mind is greatest friend. Mind is not controlled, then mind is greatest enemy. So what is the meaning of controlling? Okay. So Can you say, or can anyone answer, like, what is the meaning of controlled mind? Yeah, if I'm saying the controlled mind, what is the meaning of controlled mind?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
The controlled mind means the directives which you are getting from your mind is more attached with the Krishna consciousness. You are well aware about the things which you are thinking, and it is totally influenced with the Krishna japa and chanting and serving to the Krishna. Means it's totally influenced by the Krishna, is can be considered as the controlled mind.
Okay. So yes, answer is correct. So answer is how to say that whether mind is controlled or not. So what is the meaning of controlled mind? Okay, the basic thing is, what is the meaning of controlled mind? So simple answer is, if our mind is remembering Krishna, then it is controlled, or it is taking towards Krishna. If taking us towards Krishna, then it is greatest friend, or it is controlled. If our mind is taking away from Krishna, then it is our greatest friend. Okay. So if our mind is taking us towards Krishna, then it is greatest friend. If our mind is taking away from Krishna, then it is our greatest enemy. Okay. So till now, if you see, our mind is like, the natural tendency of mind is to take us away from Krishna. Okay. Mind has so many thought process, so many things, impression. So you see the why thing, you see the friend or enemy. So you understood that mind is friend or as well as enemy both. But you see that mind is naturally, if you see, the mind will be taking us away from Krishna. Okay. So it is not the fault of the mind that it is taking us away from Krishna. Why? Because we have kept some impression and previous thought process in our mind, so that it contradicts. Okay, contradicts means so many things are there in our mind. Okay, whatever things we are seeing from birth or previous life or previous life or previous life is stored somewhere in the mind. Okay, stored somewhere in the mind. I think 10 years back I have seen something, and suddenly if I am going on the road or on the bus and I see something, okay, and suddenly I remember the 10-year, 20-year things back, which has happened, or some pictures are there in my mind 10 years, 20 years back, and suddenly it will come in front of us. So something is stored in the mind 10 years, 20 years back, and suddenly the flash will come back. Okay. So like this happened, because whatever things we are seeing daily, whatever things we are doing daily, whatever things we are having experience, and whatever thought process are there, it is getting stored in our mind. And that is what mind is, just the storehouse of what things we are seeing. So what things we are seeing now also, it is getting stored. What things we are seeing from morning to evening, or from the 10 years back, or from the birth, whatever things we are seeing, that is getting stored in our mind. We don't know, it may be not, we are consciously able to remember, but suddenly it will appear. If something happen in front of us, suddenly it will appear. Okay, that means it is stored in the mind. Okay, and that impression will come out when something will happen like that. Okay, so many thought processes are there in our mind, so many thoughts are there, impressions are there, so many pictures are there, like pictures are like reels are there, like in movies they will have one by one reels, and they will have pictures like that. So many reels are there. Okay. Okay. So many things are there, so many things has happened, and that is being stored. So that's why we should be very conscious of things which we are seeing, which we are dealing previously, because that will come in front of us later. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, and so many things are there, something like two things will come suddenly in front of our mind, that two contradictory things can come suddenly, and then we will be in great trouble. It will be like contradictory things are there, what things to decide, what not to think. So that is very difficult for them. Okay, so that thing is like, so many impressions are there, contradictory pictures are there in our mind, and it will come suddenly in front of us. So that's why we should be very careful how we are spending our time. Okay, how we are spending our time, whether we are spending time to be engaged in Krishna, or we are spending time to be away from Krishna. Whatever time we are spending with Krishna, that is also getting stored. And the time which we are spending without Krishna, that is also getting stored. Okay, impressions are getting stored. Okay, that thing is the impression and contradictory pictures are being stored in the mind. Okay, and if we are thinking or engaging ourselves in Krishna too many times or too much time, then what will happen? That our impression will be of in Krishna. Okay, and then it will be very easy to remember Krishna always. That's like we have to engage the mind gradually and train our mind and the tongue for constantly remembering Krishna. And when we develop the taste, then we can remember him always like that. Okay, so that is called spontaneous bhakti. Okay, so that is the thing. So mind is our friend or enemy. Mind is friend or enemy. Mind is both. Mind can be friend, mind can be enemy. If our mind is keeping away from Krishna, then it is enemy. If mind is taking towards Krishna, then it is our friend. Okay, like that. So that is the thing. Then functions at the death. Okay. So Krishna tells in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that what we are remembering at the time of death, yam yam vapi smaran bhav tajate anta kalevaram. So whatever thought process are there at the time of death, that body we take in the next life. Okay, so that is the thing. So our mind at the time of death, what it will remember? It will remember the things which we have, which flashes, which we have in our mind. Okay, like that, what we are storing in our mind for so many days. So that will come at the time of death. Okay. So Prabhupada says that we should train our mind so that it can always think of Krishna. Okay. And he doesn't write like that, think of Krishna always. We should train the mind in such a way that it is unable to forget Krishna. That is the thing. Unable to forget Krishna. Okay. Like it is like now we are in the stage like it is like that we are unable to remember Krishna. Okay, we are so unfortunate that we are unable to remember Krishna, but we should train our mind in such a way that we should never forget Krishna, or we should be like unable to forget Krishna. That should be our the final stage. That should be our stage, so that at the time of that anything happen, we'll remember Krishna only. Okay, and what ISKCON is doing, what Krishna conscious movement is, this Krishna conscious movement is to train our mind to unable to think of Krishna, unable to think except Krishna. Okay, to train our mind to think except unable to think except Krishna. Okay, we should be training our mind so that it is always remembering Krishna. Okay, so we have seen mind is friend or enemy. Yes, it is both friend and enemy. Mind, when it is remembering Krishna, then it is friend. If it is not remembering Krishna, then it is enemy. Okay, impression and contradictory pictures we have in our mind, and function of that we have seen and train. We have to train the mind to think of Krishna always, or rather, Prabhupada writes that we have to train the mind so that it is unable to think except Krishna. Okay, that is the mood of Goloka. In Goloka, the Radha Rani and other gopis and Gopa boys, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda Rani, they are unable to think except Krishna. They will be always thinking. It is difficult for them to think anything not related to Krishna. Okay, it is they are unable to think anything which is not related to Krishna. They will be always thinking about Krishna. Okay, so that stage we have to reach. That we have to always think, and that way we have to train the mind that it can always think, always remember Krishna. Okay, unable to forget Krishna, like that. And how it will happen? That it is written in the sloka. That we have to always think and train our mind gradually. Okay. Why to train the mind? Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, why to train? So you see, yes, anyone wants to who will read one by one can read. Mataji, Nandita Mataji, can you?
Anybody, Prabhu, as long as they take turns. Thank you.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji.
Why to train the mind? Srila Sukadeva Goswami replied, My dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. Similarly, those who are as advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Indeed, they always remain vigilant, vigilant and watch the mind's action. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so in this slide also very important message there that if a hunter catches a lion, okay, if this mind is like the lion, okay, if hunter catches the lion, then he won't keep the lion open, okay, otherwise lion only will eat the hunter, okay. Once he has captured doesn't mean that like the lion is under his control, okay. Lion is not under his control, the hunter's control. He has been captured and he will be kept in cage, okay. If it is open, then he will eat the hunter only. Similarly, the mind is also is the same thing, okay. If you have if you are training the mind, or even if the mind is trained, we have to be very vigilant about the mind, because mind is very tricky and very cunning, okay. So it can it can take us away from Krishna gradually, okay, like that. So like that will happen. So Maya plays with the mind gradually, and it makes us away from Krishna. So even if mind is controlled, we have to be very vigilant, okay. So mind is like the lion, and we are like the hunter. So once mind is controlled, even if that is controlled, we have to keep it under the cages, okay. So we have to very vigilant. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action, what mind is saying, okay. Is it taking us away from Krishna, or is it um making us or it is taking us towards Krishna, okay. The mind's action, they will be always vigilant, okay. So like that. Next person.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Why to train the mind? All the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. If we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of the Lord Krishna, and Surabhi Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic perfection. Hare Krishna.
Okay. So it is written that even the Lord Shiva, who is called the Mahadev, who is the greatest of all the Vaishnava, even he can become agitated by seeing the Mohini form of Lord Krishna. And Sabari Muni is there. He also fall from great stage of yogic perfection. Okay, so even great scholars can fall down from their position by the tricks of the Maya, okay, or the mind. So mind is very restless, nature by very restless, and one should not make friends with it. It should be like we should be always caged, or we should be always like keeping him caged mind, and we should be always vigilant of his action, what mind is thinking, okay. And we should be judging whether the mind is taking us away from Krishna, the activity which mind is suggesting, whether it will take away from Krishna or towards Krishna. Based on that we can decide, okay.
Hare Krishna. Why to train the mind? An unchaste woman is very easily carried away by paramours, and it sometimes happens that her husband is violently killed by her paramours. If the yogi gives his mind a chance and does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemies like lust, anger, and greed, and they will doubtlessly kill the yogi. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.6.4. Hare Krishna.
So if the yogi gives his mind a chance and does not restrain it, if the yogi does not control it, restrain it, his mind will give facilities to enemies like lust, anger, and greed. So mind is like very tricky. Always we have to think and train the mind like that. Yes, one more.
Hare Krishna. Why to train the mind? The mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation, illusion, and fear. Combined, these constitute bondage to fruitive activities. What learned man would put faith in the mind.
Okay. So by nature, mind will take us away from Krishna. So be always vigilant. Okay. Otherwise, if we are not paying attention, mind will take us towards lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation. These are our like enemies things. Okay, which can take us away from Krishna. So mind will give these things room so that they can take us away from Krishna. So like that, mind we need to train. Okay. So that was about the mind. Why to train the mind? Because nature of the mind is very restless, very tricky. Always it will take us away from Krishna. If you start chanting, mind will take you away from Krishna. It will give you thought like this, then that, this will happen in future. You will be a great sadhak. Why you are chanting now? And this, like these things. Okay, so many things will come in the mind when we are chanting, or we are doing sadhana, or we are doing any spiritual activity. So many things will come in the mind. Okay, and mind will take you away from Krishna. Okay, like that. So that's why it is very, even if mind is controlled, even if taste is developed, we have to always be vigilant of the mind. Okay, so like that. Then we come to the next slide, that is regulated versus spontaneous. Okay, so two types of bhaktis are there. One is called Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and second is called Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so in the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, what we do is we do sadhana, a sense of obligation to rules and regulation. Okay, when we are like very neophyte devotee or in the very early stage of devotion, what we need to follow is we need to follow certain rules and regulation, that you have to chant like 16 rounds you have to chant, and 4 regulative principles you have to follow. Like this, we have instruction that 4 regulative principles you have to follow and 16 round you have to follow. Okay, these things you have to do. Okay, you can take it as Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Okay, so we have to do our japa, we have to do our sadhana, everything we have to do. That is called Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Gradually, what will happen if we are following seriously with our heart and seriously being serious, being enthusiastic, we are following these things, what will happen? Gradually we'll develop the taste. Okay, and when we are developing the taste, when we develop the taste, then what will happen? Then the Raganuga Bhakti will start. Raganuga Bhakti means the natural condition of the soul. What is our condition now? Our condition is like fully we are covered with the material. There's so many lives we have spent away from Krishna. Then what has happened to us? We have been covered with so much dust. Okay, so much dust, so much dirtiness is there, and we have been covered with these things. So what will happen with the chanting and the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti? Gradually, what will happen, that we are developing the taste toward Krishna. We develop taste for Krishna, and then the Raganuga Bhakti will start. The Raganuga Bhakti is the natural condition of the soul. And what is the natural condition of the soul? Soul is the part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. Okay, so we are like part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So our natural condition is the servant of Krishna. Okay, so that is our natural condition. Krishna consciousness is our natural condition. Krishna consciousness, remembering Krishna always, is our natural condition. Okay, but we are not able to do that because of so many the previous karma and whatever things has happened in our previous life. We are unable to do that. Like that, the sun is always there shining, but if there are clouds, what will happen? The sun rays won't come to us. Okay, so like that. So sun is always there. So always our natural condition is always there. Natural condition of the soul is always there. But if the dust is covered, if the clouds are there, then we won't be able to perceive that love for Krishna. We won't be able to have that the natural feeling for Krishna. And when we are in the Raganuga Bhakti stage, and that dirt will go when we are following the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, and then the Raganuga Bhakti will start, the clouds will go away. So the natural condition of soul will be there. Okay. And what will happen in Raganuga Bhakti? Spontaneously attached to do the right things. Okay, spontaneously attached. Raganuga Bhakti means spontaneous bhakti. Okay, spontaneous bhakti. Like we have to deliberately think of Krishna in the Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. That we mind think of Krishna, think of Krishna, think of Krishna. But Raganuga Bhakti will be spontaneously remembering Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. So why this sadhana bhakti? It is, we have to train our mind to think Krishna, and Raganuga Bhakti will mind will be so much trained that it will be always remembering Krishna. Okay, so that is the thing. So spontaneously attracted to do the right things. Okay, mother and the baby. So mother and the baby, if mother is there and baby is there, mother need not to be like asked what to do, what not to do. Okay, spontaneously what will be good for the baby, mother will do. Okay, like that. So no break from Krishna. So that is the spontaneous bhakti. Okay, so like that we were telling that it is they were unable to forget Krishna. So similar thing will happen in Raganuga Bhakti, that spontaneous love will happen and will unable to forget Krishna. So that is a process. Okay, this is a process. So regulated versus spontaneous. Regulated is Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and spontaneous is Raganuga Bhakti. Okay. Okay. So stages of hearing and remembering is there. Anyone wants to read?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Stages of hearing and remembering. Shravana Dasha, hearing Krishna Katha. Varna Dasha, acceptance, attached to the hearing, Krishna conscious. Krishna Katha. Smaranavastha, remembering one chance in ecstasy. Anusmriti, constant meditation, uninterrupted and concentrated remembrance. Smarana Dasha, Samadhi, spiritual trance, uninterrupted and unceasing Anusmriti. Sampatti Dasha, the perfection of life, soul understands its constitutional position. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay. So this is our stage. Okay. So hearing and remembering. So first is the Shravana Das. Okay. So Shravan Das means hearing of Krishna Katha. Okay. Then Varan Das, we are attached to hearing of Krishna Katha. Okay. So Varan Das is attached to hearing of Krishna Katha. Okay. And then Smaran Avastha. Earlier it was Shravan, Varan, and then Smaran. Okay. So Smaran is remembering, one chant in ecstasy. Okay. Then we start remembering Krishna. Anusmriti means constant meditation. So now earlier the thought process of remembering was interrupted. Okay, interrupted. It was not constant. Okay, when we are remembering, it was not constant. So like that, Smaran Avastha is there. When we try to remember Krishna, we don't remember always. Interrupted, it will be like interrupted remembering. But in Anusmriti, constant meditation will be there, uninterrupted and concentrated remembrance. Okay, so that is called Anusmriti, constant meditation, uninterrupted and concentrated remembrance. Okay, so remembering is Smaranavastha, and after that Anusmriti, that is the constant remembering or meditation, uninterrupted. Okay, then Smarana Dasa. Okay, so then the constant meditation is there. Then Smarana Dasa is the Samadhi stage or Samadhi spiritual trance. That is the perfection of the that meditation. That is Samadhi, uninterrupted and unchasing Anusmriti. Okay, so so that is called the final stage of Anusmriti. That is a Samadhi stage, always in constant association with Krishna. Samadhi. And then lastly, Sampati Dasa. Okay, the perfection of life. The soul understands its constitutional position. That is called the Sampati Dasa. So these are the stages of hearing and remembering. We start with Shravan, okay, and then we end with Sampati Dasa. Okay, so there are 5 relationships which is being discussed here. Okay, so when we reside in Braja, okay, or in Goloka Vrindavan Dham, we have certain relationship with Krishna. Okay, like we have examples, so many examples that how the relationship is there between Krishna and his devotees. Like Shantarasha is there. Okay, Shantarasha means Krishna is there, and in Krishna there, Goloka Vrindavan Dham, there are many trees are there, many animals are there. Okay, they are enjoying the constant association of Krishna. Even the rocks are there, even the stones are there, even the flowers are there, trees are there. Okay, whatever things are there, they are enjoying the Krishna's association. Okay, you see Krishna's cows, stick, flute, or flowers, anything which is there in the Goloka Vrindavan Dham, they have relationship with Krishna because they are in constant association of Krishna, and that is called the Shanta Rasa, neutrality. The relationship with Krishna as neutrality, or the Shanta Rasa. Okay. Then the Dasya Rasa. Okay. Like in the Goloka Vrindavan, many Das of Krishna are there. Okay. So Das of Krishna. So they serve Krishna. Okay. That is called the Dasya Rasa, or servitude position. Okay. Then the Shakya Rasa, friendship. So Krishna will play with his friend in the Goloka Vrindavan. He will become, he will like Sudama is there, Sridama is there. Okay. And many Gopas, multiple Gopas, hundreds and thousands or multiple Gopas are there, with which Krishna has the friendship relationship, the Sakya relationship. So that is called the Sakya Rasa. Okay. Then comes the Vatsalya Rasa, parenthood. Okay. So if we keep like deities in our home, or if we keep Krishna in our home, we are like making Vatsalya Rasa with Krishna. Oh, Krishna, it is time for Krishna to eat. Okay, we'll offer Krishna something. Has Krishna waken up or not? Let me make him sleep. Okay, so like that. Okay, so there's time for Krishna to eat, like that. So when devotee keep Krishna in their home, that is called they are in Vatsalya Rasa. Okay. And we have in the Goloka Vrindavan Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Rani. Okay, they are like in the parental affection with Krishna. So that is one another relation, that is called Vatsalya relationship with Krishna. Okay. And then last is the Madhurya, or the greatest is the Madhurya, or the conjugal love with Krishna, loving devotional service, like Srimati Radharani and other the gopis are there. Okay, but the Ashtamanjaris are there. They are in the Madhurya Rasa with Krishna. Okay, like conjugal love with Krishna. So these are the 5 relationship or Rasa with Krishna we can develop. Okay, like these are the relationship we can develop in Golokadham. So that is the 5 relations is being discussed in the purpose. Okay. So now we have like steps. It is given. Okay, like recite. So it was like we have to always these 2 slides, like step 1, step 2. It is written that we have to reside in Vraja and remember Krishna always. Okay, follow the footstep of the previous Acharya and enter under the guidance into the Vrindavan Dham and serve intensely. So these are the things which are discussing. Like in the sloka, it was said that we have to always live in the Vrindavan. Vraja. The word was Vraja. Prabhupada writes Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Like that, we have to live in the Goloka Vrindavan Dham. So it is first line is reside in Vraja. Okay. How to reside in Vraja? By always constantly remembering Krishna. Okay. By always constantly remembering Krishna's name, pastime, Krishna's form, we can live in Vrindavan always. Whether we are living in the Bangalore, or we are living in Karnataka, or we are living in Andhra, Delhi, Antarctica, Australia, or anywhere in the world, but we can live in the Golok Vrindavan Dham. How? By always constantly remembering the Krishna and following the Anuragis. Okay, following the footstep of the Anuragis. Follow the footstep of Anuragi. Okay, and serve intensely. Okay. How to serve? Suhridam, with feeling. Okay, with feeling we have to serve under the direction, under direct guidance of particular associate of Krishna and follow his footstep. Okay, And always in the sadhana and sadhya. Sadhana and sadhya means, sadhana means spiritual practice in bondage. When we do spiritual practice in bondage, that is called sadhana. Okay, and sadhya means who has already perfected their life, God realized. Okay, so in sadhana and sadhya, and when is siddha purusha is spiritually perfected soul. So whether we are in sadhana stage, sadhya stage, or siddha purusha stage, we have to always remember Krishna. We have to always serve Krishna. We have to always reside in Vraja. Okay, so like that it is. Okay, so whether the stage is sadhana, sadhya, or siddha purusha, we have to sadhana means like the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, that was the part. Sadhya means God realized, or spontaneously when we have the devotional attitude, that is called the Raganuga bhakti, and siddha purusha who has perfected the life. Okay, so any stage is there, we have to always reside in the Vraja. Okay, so that was the thing which we have seen in today's shloka. Okay, so the essence is of today's shloka is like how to control the mind and the tongue. So it was in the starting only that that Rupa Goswami writes that we have to become Goswami. That is the main aim of this book. How to become the Goswami? By controlling mind and the senses and the tongue. Okay, how to control the mind, senses, and the tongue? He has given the sloka, 7 sloka, and in the 8th sloka, the final thing, the summary he is writing, that we have to always remember him. Okay, always remember Krishna. That is the main formula. Okay, always remember Krishna. So when we always remember Krishna, then with suhridam, with Suddha heart, or with Suddha hriday, what will happen? Gradually, our mind and tongue will develop the taste. Okay, and what will happen after the taste? We'll have the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, we'll have the Raganuga Bhakti. Okay, so like that. So the thing, essence of the essence is the chanting and remembering. Nam, Rupa, and Charita. That is the essence. That is the thing that we have to chant and remember Krishna always. Okay, 24 hours a day with love, and follow the specific Brajavasi. Brajavasi means who has perfected their life. Okay, or Anuragis people. Okay, who is living in the Braja? Who is living in the Braja? What is the meaning of living in Braja? Living in Braja means who is always remembering Krishna, who is always in association of Krishna, who is always in yoga with Krishna. That person is living in Braja always. Okay, so follow the specific Brajavasi, follow the specific people who are always living in Braja and live in Braja. Okay, then enjoy engaging the tongue and mind in the Krishna, and gradually will develop the taste. Okay, so that is the thing, that is the essence. Okay, engage the mind and senses in Krishna, make your mind as friend, so that is always remembering Krishna, not taking away from Krishna. Train the mind in such a way. So that is the training part. These slokas mean to train the mind. Okay, the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti is meant to train the mind. Okay, so when we follow this when we follow the steps of Vaidhi sadhana bhakti, actually we are training the mind, and we should be very enthusiastically training the mind, so that finally mind will be in the Raganuga bhakti stage. Like it is always remembering Krishna, and it is difficult for us to forget Krishna. Okay, so that is the final stage we need to develop. So that is the thing. So this is the essence of the today's sloka, that how to train the mind, and how to to be in the Raganuga bhakti. So that was the sloka today, the 8th sloka, Raganuga bhakti shloka. Okay, before that we have seen the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti sloka till 7. So with this we end our shloka today. So little small sloka was there. Okay, so we finish our shloka today. So any question is there, or any comment, or anything you want to share, you can share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, there are 2 assignments, right, that you have given till now. When is the last date for both of them, Prabhuji?
You can finish it by next week. All the 3 today till 8th sloka you can finish by this week. Next week means this week. This next Saturday till next Saturday.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Where is these Radha Krishna deities available?
Radha Krishna deity is available.
Yeah.
Radha Krishna deities will be like you want to keep them in the house, Prabhu? Like that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I think it will be difficult because keeping deities means we have to serve deities. Okay, Prabhu. It is like we just don't keep deities, and that many rules and regulations are there for Radha Krishna deity. Generally, we don't keep Radha Krishna deities in our home. We keep generally because there are many rules and regulations are there. Okay, which we cannot follow. So generally, I have seen people keeping Jagannath ji in their house or Gaur-Nitai in their house. Okay, because rules and regulations for serving them is little less than Radha Krishna deities. It is difficult.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, in L3 level, what all books are covering?
What all books we will cover? We'll cover the Nectar of Instruction, Nectar Devotion, and Ishopanishad.
All three are there. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Is there any question, Mataji?
Not in the chat, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. So we'll end the session, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Yeah. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.